have recently met Alara, and I believe you were heading back, and I think Alara was accompanying them, heading back towards the caravan.
I am seeking information on Melina that you claim to have, though have yet to give me.
Actually, we have given you a lot of it. She was kidnapped by a man named Gizla Lumen, who's also known as Kemu, and famed Hastus for killing all these different Iron Wings, and they were over in an area called the Camelands.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Cool. Alara is happy with that, and we'll tell Hastus when she gets back. Or, not Hastus. Hastus Jr.
Wow. Mordred.
It's basically Hastus Jr.
Hastus Jr., who does nothing like Hastus at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a trick. It's to confuse people.
So, yeah, I believe Hayek glared at Donovan until he took a few steps back from them.
Yep. So, are you guys continuing your role playing, or are you going to just eye each other up on the journey?
During the journey, Alara will keep her bow out and an arrow knocked upon it.
Okay.
Donovan.
That wizard cast on her.
Donovan has his falchion in hand.
Fine.
And looks very interesting at Alara.
Do I see all this? Having.
Yeah. They're not looking like they're all together, or they necessarily all of them know each other very well. So, okay, so you are otherwise just continuing the journey. There's probably another 3 hours until you probably would look to make camp, I would suggest. Alara, assuming you're travelling with them, obviously you've now gone to snail's pace.
These people are real slow.
They are very slow.
I'm going to get, like, so much food.
Yeah.
Should be careful not to get attacked by giant, intelligent wolves.
Being a bit weary while they're setting up camp, Donovan's going to step off a little bit from them and go off by himself like a few hundred feet away from the camp and go up into the sky.
You're not in a camp yet. So
I thought you said we were setting up camp.
I just said that it's 3 hours until you would look to camp. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, never mind then.
Suppose Haya would continue to entertain their guest.
Yeah.
The question is, does she want to be entertained? Would she rather be alone?
I guess not.
So, yeah.
Alright, well, I'll just hang around until they make camp.
As we ride along prior to making camp, Alara notices a set of tracks and will point them out.
Set of tracks.
What kind of tracks?
Canine.
Lovely.
Large. Size of that
Intelligent
car.
Deadly wolves.
Probably being used as mounts.
Yeah.
And she will pick up a piece of fletching off the ground.
Sakal says he's seen similar marks, but this is the closest to the caravan they've ever been, he believes. And that concerns him. So this is the male elf.
Yeah.
I believe there's 7 of these creatures.
That's quite a number.
Have you met with these beasts?
They shake their heads and no. The brother and sister shake their heads and no. We've only seen traces of them.
Make sure all of your guards are at their best perceptive nature.
Looking at Alola, does she have any sort of magical effect on her?
I don't believe you can tell if she's a caster. She doesn't have any...
Like any active magical effects going on.
She has no magical, active magical auras, no.
Okay. Oh, supernatural or... As that also shows.
Okay. So you camp. Do you sort out watches of any type?
Yeah.
Levi will probably be a part of all watches. And
Okay.
Donovan will be one of the midnight ones.
Okay.
Oh.
As you start to discuss this, can I have perception rolls, please?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
41.
Wow. Okay. Fine.
How's that 41?
I have a range trick.
Yes. Okay. Because he's a ranger, that's why. And they're good at the
Because
shit.
I see everything.
Don't fancy damn magic stuff. Right.
Or what's about to descend upon you that's been following you for about a day.
So, do you describe what they see?
What you see is rather large wing bipedal, red pattern. Effectively, my profile picture, if you want to get a visual image for her. So looks like a humanoid dragon, large wings. Well, this is the first one to descend. My cousin isn't quite as brazen as I am.
Brings up longbow, draws a bead.
Yeah. It looks like a dragon somewhat far away descending.
About how far away?
Well, quite far away because it looks a bit too small for a dragon, and then you start to realise it's not quite a dragon, and it's a bit more like Rose just described. It's something else. But at first, your kind of racial instincts kind of kicked in, and you just see from the skies.
And I'm assuming Donovan and Levi saw this as well.
Yes.
Skill to identify this race?
That would be a knowledge nature.
And while he's doing that, Donovan snaps his fingers, blue mist surrounds him and starts floating up into the air. A big, bright neon sign appears above him that says, "Hi there."
Fine. Okay, if we can have the knowledge nature. Fine.
Knowledge nature.
It flashes.
18.
Okay. Lara doesn't know what it is. Sakel has heard in the darkroom, has heard tale of experimentation between involving dragons and kobolds, I believe.
Yes.
To create some sort of bipedal draconic race. Apparently, remember they're called wyverns. They are quite rare.
Sakel says as much. He's like, particularly the name Wyvern. He says there's some sort of draconic kobold thing.
Do I kill it?
A draconic kobold thing, as it stands before you, was created by the Tinkerer. And we are, while not as numerous as you, we have grown over the few hundred years.
Is there any obvious equipment that they can see?
A longbow. Can't really hide that.
And a quiver.
A quiver with arrows. And then sort of various bits and pieces arranged in such a manner across her body so that it doesn't interfere with her flight.
The male elf says, "Is this your territory?"
Oh, I'm well far away from my territory.
The neon sign disappears.
As they don't seem to be, well, apart from the one who's aiming her bow at me, but yeah.
One of them seems to have created some magic and kind of given some kind of greeting to you.
A greeting.
Yeah.
Like it was a big, bright, flashing neon sign that says "Hi there."
I say hello to you too. Well, I believe introductions are in order. My name is, and my brother above is De Haviland.
You cut out for the name.
Tiquinin Maladine. And I signal my cousin down. He descends too. His scales are of a blue tint. He is shorter but stockier than I am. For reference, I stand at 2 meters 20 or 7 foot, whatever that is. 7 foot a lot, I think that is.
Pretty tall.
Oh yes. 7'2". My wingspan's about 8.5 feet across.
Female elf that's not what the bow says. "Welcome, then. I see you wish to talk rather than fight. Yes?"
If I wish to fight,
Alara
I would
will
not be down here.
Undraw her bow, keeping it ready but not actively drawn.
I will say this is dangerous territory you've find yourselves in. Not a day ago, I came across a rather interesting looking group of orcs, or possibly some other species similar, riding wolves.
Yes, we believe they've been tracking us.
Well, group of 3, about a day's flight east from here. Tell me, your destination wouldn't happen to be that ruin further along, would it?
It was once, but we scouted it, and it's not suitable for living mortals.
Oh, great. More magical ones. So, what is your purpose in this wilderness?
Haya looks to the others.
Our purpose is our own. What is your purpose?
I'm looking for a way to gain influence, improve my horde.
And it's brought you here.
Hmm?
And it's brought you here.
Well, south the lands were contested. No, not contested. Sorry, south the lands are not for taking. North is even more dangerous. West appear to be the answer. We have not travelled, not many of us travelled west. It appears, I believed there was potential for opportunity. These orcs, or the hobgoblins, or whatever they're tracking you. Services against them as both scout and warrior, for a price, of course.
And what would you accept as compensation?
That depends on what you have to offer. Material is always good. Material is always good. Gold and other valuables. Land is held in high regard amongst my people.
We're headed north because we heard tell of a new settlement. We believe the stories are of the ruin to the north slightly. But we've heard further that beyond that is another new settlement. We cannot turn back, so that has become our new destination.
No. As opportunities go, new settlements always offer grand opportunities. Is all you have with you on the caravan? I point to the caravan.
You could probably say that.
Well, I offer my services until such a time as payment can be arranged.
Generous.
My one's been travelling through wilderness for coming on 7 days now. One tends to start to yearn for the kind of fight. Like with your with your tail. You might well run into one soon enough.
Is Matthias there with them? Ego?
Matthias is there. He is keeping quiet, keeping his own.
Haya looks over to Matthias. Like, what should we do?
Well, greetings to Quillen.
Usually I just go by Lockheed.
Lockheed, then. we've had a difficult journey, but perhaps you could aid the final part of our journey. I have a little coin I would be willing to spare for such a service. And then perhaps once we reach Benson, which I presume no one objects to us going to, you and I might break our fast together and discuss future opportunities. How does that sound?
That sounds acceptable.
Good.
Does this person who's just spoken, Matthias, seem like a investor of some kind?
He's the large, like unusually large man. Might have sort of a smidging of giant blood in him.
Okay.
Quite well dressed, but his clothes are a real mess. In fact, he's a bit of a mess. He looks like someone who started dressed out as a merchant and has been basically traveling rough for 6 months.
Okay.
He's also smelly.
Pardon?
He's also a bit smelly.
Yes, okay.
Come, though, perhaps if we might rest now, maybe get more comfortable with one another, and then when the sun rises, we continue on. My caravan is not far from here. It may take us, Sir Kel, another day, maybe 2 at most.
Hmm.
And then we will have a place of greater comfort for maybe a longer discussion before we then head off to a place called Venson, which I hope will be more promising than our previous.
Sikel says, what should we do about these riders on the wolves?
It would be best to keep them away from Venson.
I agree. I wonder though if between your obvious skills, good lady, and the flying prowess of our new companion, that we might be kept more abreast as to their movements, and therefore reduce the chance of them catching us unawares. They seem to have some familiarity with the environment, no?
They did indeed seem to know their way around. Although 3 riders atop rather large wolves were a somewhat obvious thing from above. I was just not used to having to deal with predators from above.
Alara does not trust you yet. Though you have a bow, which she likes.
Yes.
It looks quite well made, Alara. This is not just a bow that this creature has kind of picked off of a rack.
No.
You suspect it knows how to use it.
Does it look like a composite bow?
Yes, it does.
Fair enough. And is your character particularly familiar with bows?
Well, do you want to ask the character?
Oh, no. Would he be able to recognize Alara's bow?
Yes.
Alara is
Likely.
basically carrying a recurved longbow
Ah.
that is definitely composite.
So we're carrying, well, it's not exactly recurve, but similar build. I'd say, I'll approach Alara and say, that bow, who made it?
My father?
He was a skilled artisan, may I? And I sort of open my hand and
She will somewhat reluctantly pass it to you.
I'll examine the bow. Do you want me to make a bowyer check?
I don't. I'm not sure that's necessary. Actually, yes. Yes, please.
Nah, not one of the better checks I've made, but still.
What could Lara reasonably tell Lockheed about the bow? Other than she already has.
What do you mean? What he could tell from that?
Yeah. Is there any...
That's +2 composite longbow
Oh,
in a style that you believe would be usable on horseback.
very.
It is quite well made.
Very impressive. The draw weight is quite favourable. I will return the bow. So, your father was a skilled bowyer, that would appear.
Yes. He was, among other things.
Well, how are you doing for ammunition?
Alara's got 100 arrows.
Nah, you're fine for ammunition. Well, if you had
She's probably not carrying that many. She's probably carrying 2 quivers,
yeah,
at least that you can see.
yeah. It's like 100 arrows, like you have 4 quivers or something on you.
No, quiver's 20 arrows, so.
Yeah, 5 quivers then. Yeah. I'll say, if you ever in need of arrows, come find me. Rather skilled in the bow making arts.
Though, unless you are from Ibarra, you are likely unfamiliar with the fletching used.
Indeed. Or arrows?
The feathers on the tail.
Yeah, I know what fletching is.
Yes. It is that.
I'll
Birds
examine it.
north.
Yeah, I'll examine it. Try try
It
to
is definitely not a local bird.
Yeah. Well, considering that I was like 7 days away by flight, neither are my arrows. So
True. Alara did travel, 5 months over mountains.
yeah, sure. If we're setting up camp, I'll find a tree somewhere and hang my hanging tent up from its height.
You only have one hanging tent?
Carrying hanging tents.
Hmm?
My hanging tent, and then my cousins will set up his as well.
You will probably struggle to find somewhere suitable, but you will manage it eventually.
A lack of places.
Land here is not as favourable for this type of dwelling as your clan's homeland.
Yeah. A good mountain would do nicely. Yeah.
I can sell you some nice mountains.
Go on.
Slight centaur infestation. But I totally have the right to sell them.
Do you now?
Yes, totally.
And this sale just would involve me having to evict the current.
You'd also have to give me a large amount of money.
How about I just evict the current owners if I want said mountain?
You don't know where it is.
I saw a few mountains on the way here. Admittedly, one appeared to be some sort of grave.
Much further away. That being said, you have been sized up.
Yes, I'm significantly larger than you are.
Are we doing watches for the night? Yes?
Yep.
What will the watches be, please?
I'll take
Do
the.
elves do the meditation thing in this?
Yeah. Do we trance or do we sleep?
More importantly, do half-elves trance in this? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, we have a bunch of drow, so that question is important.
Oh.
Not that anybody knows that we have a bunch of drow yet.
I don't believe so. No.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
Well,
Admittedly, I imagine I won't be taking that watch alone.
I'll take the evening watch, and Sakel will take the midnight watch. And they'll find places to go sort of hide and be alone, so they can drop their elven disguises and have access to their dark vision.
I'll take to the skies for my watch. Low altitude flying, so I can still use my dark vision.
I think we all have dark vision.
It's alright.
It's pretty good.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
That's in case Ego wants to have someone try to sneak up on them.
60 feet dark vision, 120 feet low light.
I have 90-foot dark vision.
Right. So,
but I'm also airborne.
Skills.
pleased to know that the night goes uneventfully. And following morning, you again set off. I believe, Sakel, you will have to journey another day, and then you should reach the caravan midday the following day. That's my calculation.
Oh.
Concur.
Is this grip mounted?
No.
Yeah.
In fact, apart from Sakel and obviously the flying Wyverians, you get the impression that the other three are fairly sheltered. They're not. This isn't kind of their gig normally.
Oh. My well-trained elven hatred sense is tingling.
On the next day, I will fly east or the orcs or hobgoblin and wolves I was looking for. I came across on my way here.
Alara will make sure to keep an eye out all day.
Okay.
Specifically, keep an eye out for me, because if I start circling a specific spot, that means I found them.
Donovan's gonna head over to Alara. I have consulted, and, well, I've asked where we will find Melina. I was told of Burning Light. Does that ring any bells for you?
No.
Well, I'll just keep asking.
Oh. Flight, looking for the pack of wolf riders.
Okay. I'll have a perception check then be from Lockheed or Tikinin Maladina.
Let's just use Lockheed.
All right.
Yeah. Not great.
How large is this group that we are in?
Humongous.
What, the group Lara's travelling with?
Yes.
So there are 5.
Those that walk on the ground.
4 on foot, you on horse, and then 2 flappies.
Okay.
thought we were talking about the caravan.
And then 2 flyers.
Yeah.
Do consider that my cousin will also be searching, so but for now I don't have a sheet for him.
That's fine. Fine. So, is there anything any of you wish to do this day?
Probably not.
Is that a definitely not for everyone?
I can't cast it strongly enough. Actually, I could cast it twice. Would do the job, I believe. Sorry, I'm being insane, but pass without trace.
Yes.
Do we think it's worthwhile? Taking all of my spells.
I'm
guessing that was a question for the group, yeah?
Yeah, that's a question.
I don't really, I don't know. I don't feel strongly about it.
I don't really care.
Okay. It would make us impossible to track, is the...
Yes.
Yeah, but just putting a problem off till later is... And also this might just be the fact that I haven't had a fight in 6 months talking, but...
Yeah. You've had opportunities.
I don't really care about fights.
Right, so, am I right in assuming you're not doing anything? And is Lara, Lara, it looks like you're going to have to make an executive decision on that one, so it's either a yay or nay. I need to know, though.
No.
Fine.
I don't think. I'm just checking.
Fine.
But I don't
you camp for the night, so I presume you have the same watches as before.
Yeah.
Thing happens. You wake up to a bright and sunny day, if somewhat chilly because of the clear skies.
Good. The skies are good for flying. I immediately, early morning, take up into the air. And again, just sort of
stretch your wings.
This time I do sort of a search pattern centered around the advancing group.
Okay.
I'm going ever wider, but still. Shall I make a perception?
If you wish.
Lara will ride ahead. You said it'd take about half a day to get to the caravan?
Yeah.
So Lara's going to ride ahead and just make sure the caravan's still there and not...
Before she rides ahead, Donovan's just going to inform her that apparently Burning Light is to the east.
Interesting.
Well, I don't spot anything.
No, you don't.
If I can roll a 1.
It's pretty bad luck.
Yeah. My rolls have been entirely subpar, for the most part.
What you need is a bit of luck.
If only you had a halfling on your back.
That's doable. I could carry a halfling. How much do you weigh? How much does a halfling weigh?
I think
on
with his
average?
equipment and everything, it's like at most 70 pounds. At most.
Yeah, I could carry you and only be slightly encumbered.
You might even be able to charge them for the privilege. Such currently are their popularity where they are.
True. Airlift.
Yeah. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So, Alara, I have given you an indication of what you can see.
Can I identify the quadrupeds? Not the quadrupeds, the bipeds. Okay.
So that's what you see, Alara, by going slightly ahead. Tequinin is having problems with the glare of the sun. What are the rest of you doing during the end of your little jaunt?
Is it still the same day?
Haya doesn't do anything special. Neither does Sakel. Probably keep their spell resistance up.
Okay, very good. Alara, are you heading back to the group, or are you approaching this rather large, was clearly a...
She doesn't want to approach it on her own. How far ahead of the group do I think I am?
At least an hour.
Okay, well, I'm happy to wait on the ridge line.
Okay.
Hour.
Okay, fine. After what seemed like
But I will keep an eye out in all directions.
That's fine. After what seemed like a very long time, they catch up with you.
You should acquire mounts.
Donovan summons a pony that then disappears 36 seconds later.
You should acquire mounts for longer than that.
Noted, Haya says. Where are our winged friends?
Directly above.
I will look up and around. Do I see them?
You do. They look up and sort of slightly to the north of you. It could be you, but one of them's flying a bit funny.
They should rejoin us and stick close. We can introduce them. Can we signal them?
To Quinn.
Do you have a mirror?
Haya
Yes.
says.
Or that big
Alara has a
sign
mirror.
just reflected towards me?
Yeah, Lara can attempt to signal you with a mirror.
Because I'll be keeping an eye on the caravan while I fly.
Very good.
So yeah,
you managed to recover from the glare that was in your eyes, and your cousin comes up to you and points you in the right direction.
yeah. I will sort of. Yeah, I will return to the caravan.
Very good.
Shallow angle dive. Picking up speed.
Okay. Guess you're all just approaching the caravan. Gonna look for those you left behind. I know Matthias is going to probably seek the shelter of his tent. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep. Marvellous. Right. Well, with that, I'm going to switch to the other scene.